Welcome to MyUdgard, a series of video about Valheim, an awesome indie game that exploded on the scene a few months back. In this episode, we'll be talking about armor, food, weapons, and health regen in the Meadows. Thank you very much and enjoy. Now, this is what I have. This is the Rags armor. Rags armor is not too bad, really, considering it basically takes the leather scraps from the pigs, you put it together, gives you one armor class for the basic version, two armor class for the other version. Okay, this is the tier 2 leather armor. The leather armor itself uses deer hide, and the upgrades require deer hide and bones. When it comes to the tunic, pants, and helmet, it's pretty cool. You know, you get two at the base at the tier 1, another two at tier 2 for 4 total each, and then the cloak is only one no matter what tier it is. Talk about food now. These are the bee's nest I set up in episode 2, and gathering honey, a precious nectar. Okay, when we have food, there's not a lot of options in the meadows. There's cooked meat, grilled neck meat, honey, and raspberry. They buff the maximum health, maximum stamina. They have a duration and a heal. The honey is basically a food I leave blank, so I'll eat the neck meat and the red meat, just basically to get the hit point and the stamina. And then, when I get injured, I go ahead and I take the honey. The effects of cold and wet influence regeneration, as does whether you have shelter or not, or if you are rested. So the maximum you can get is if you are rested and in a shelter. This troll has got to die. He's annoying. I figure that I'm going to go through the weapons now, and it seems appropriate that I would take out this troll to start with using a bow, and we'll start off talking about the bow. Other weapons will follow. The bow uses wood, leather scraps, deer hide. The highest tier you can get in the meadows is tier 3. You can get tier 4 once you have bronze. I'm using fire arrows predominantly, wood, resin, and feathers. Theoretically, I think that I should just swap out using the fire and the wood. You could put that on the number bar. Here's the wood arrow. Wood arrow is the go-to. It's cheap. You just use wood, chop down some trees, you have a ton of arrows. Done. Then there's the flint head arrows. I never use them. Flint is in short supply, as are feathers. So you're going to use two bottleneck resources for something that's marginally better than something that's almost free. That seems silly. So when you're fighting the troll, you just gotta run around a lot. Especially rocks. Rocks are great. In this particular locale, the rocks were not ideal for totally confounding them. Of course, while I'm fighting them, all the various creatures of the meadows and the Black Forest are making things difficult for me. I was kind of hoping that maybe the troll would fight them, but no such luck. Almost, almost. Okay, getting close to finishing it. There, he's dead. Now I'm going to switch off to the club. The club is an awesome weapon. You can use it as it has the same classification as a mace, which you're going to use against the skeletons later on. We'll talk about that in a future episode. And now I get the spoils. Troll hide is the big deal. We'll talk about troll hide armor when we get into the Black Forest. I'm going to talk about combat, and I'm going to use the shield. The shield uses the right click to activate. It takes wood, resin, and leather. You can make it up to tier 3. It has a parry, force, block power, all that happy stuff. Then I'm going to showcase the club, most common weapon. It is a mace type of weapon. Unlike a mace, however, it doesn't have a middle click function. Um, and we have the tower shield. I don't quite see the value of the tower shield at this point. If I'm blocking everything from the 1-star Grade Dwarfs, it's probably doing me just fine. Of course, if you turn your back and get hit there, I don't know why it took 3 hits for me to realize it. It's not going to do you any good. Then we have the flint knife. It has a lunge. I didn't use it. That's the middle click. Jumps you 5 meters forward to attack. Really nice backstab bonus. Uses flint though. That's something in short supply. Otherwise, it's a really good weapon. It's fast. Fast is the key thing. Now we have the spear. The spear takes wood, flint, and leather scraps. Flint, again, is a bottleneck issue. Pretty good weapon. It's, again, fast. There's a good high-end spear, so working up the skill in the spears has some value. With the spear, you can actually throw it. I think I showed that a minute ago. In which case, you can hit a target at the distance. However, if you are a spaz and you miss, you end up not having a spear. Finally, we have the torch. Torch is okay. You know, in the meadows, it keeps the critters away. Dwarves do not like it at all. You can also use it like a weapon, in which case you set the critters on fire. Pretty funny. Skeletons are vulnerable to it, so I'm going to test this out in one of the crypts where it's really dark all the time. See if I can, you know, see what I'm doing down there and be effective. That's all we got on the weapons. Thank you. And that concludes the 3rd episode of MyUdgard in the Meadows. We talked about weapons, food, armor. In the next episode, we'll be talking about building. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please note it below. Thank you.